So the week after the Super Bowl is always tough. In fact, it's actually brutal. We're all coming down from the high of the NFL season. I'm still coming down from the Radio Row experience. We're all facing the reality that it's going to be a hell of a long time before we get to watch any more football. But that's okay. That's all right, because the NBA is here to save us, right? It's all good, right? Because we have the NBA All-Star Game to entertain this Sunday. We've got the NBA All-Star Game this Sunday, so it's great. Said nobody ever. Nobody! Ever. If anything, the first Sunday of the NFL offseason makes NBA All-Star Sunday so much worse. It makes the absence of football sting even more. It makes the sudden end to the NFL season even more jarring and heartbreaking and devastating. Because I don't think there's anybody anywhere who looks forward to watching the NBA All-Star Game anymore. And do you know why that is? Because it's garbage. It's a garbage product. The NBA All-Star Game is notorious ass. And now look, I'm not singling them out. Every All-Star Game in every sport has gone to crap. The Midsummer Classic used to be epic. It used to even be ionic. It used to be one of the better sporting events of the entire year. Now it's just a midsummer nap. Hell, the Pro Bowl doesn't even exist anymore. That game sucked so badly for so long, it actually sucked itself right out of existence. Now it's a flag football game, literally. Now they used to always say, hey man, players would always say, man, the rule changes, why not just slap flags on everybody? Well, they did for the Pro Bowl game. It's a disgrace to the NFL, and that's before you even get into the ridiculously low standards that are necessary to make the Pro Flag Bowl now. Yet somehow, it still feels like the NBA All-Star Game has fallen the furthest. Somehow it feels like the NBA All-Star Game is the gold standard for wasting all of our time. However, do not try to point the finger. I mean, somebody's to blame, right? Do not try to point the finger at Kevin Durant or any of the other American old heads playing in the game this weekend. Those old heads might have been around for basically the entire decline of that All-Star Game, from still pretty fun to totally unwatchable, but do not blame them for it. No, KD knows who to blame. KD says you got the wrong guys. KD says he and the other hooping geriatrics walking it up and down the floor are not the problem. And you'll never believe who he says is the problem. Check this out. This is what KD said after he got done losing to the Clippers at home last night.
I saw you saw the rosters were revealed and said you're on that old heads team. Do you think the old heads will compete and try to win the whole tournament here?
You should ask the Europeans, if the world team, if they're going to compete. I mean, because we look at Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic now. Let's go back and look at what they do in the All-Star game. Is that competition? So we haven't questioned what they've been doing, but we're going to question the old heads and the Americans. But these two dudes out there, Luka and Jokic, they don't care about the game at all. These dudes be laying on the floor, they shoot from half court, but you got to worry about the old heads playing hard. I can read between the lines, bro. And I just think a lot of times.
I mean, dude, part of me thinks that's hilarious. And then part of me thinks that, damn, that's rich. That is rich. I mean, richer than KD himself. It's a Luka and Joker problem. They're the ones that don't care about the game at all. They're the ones that give no effort. They're the ones that are lying down on the floor napping it out. They're the ones that ruin the All-Star game. Go ask them. That's really what you're trying to tell us? That this is a Euro problem and not an American old head problem? Yeah, dude. Nobody who isn't a fellow American old head is buying that nonsense at all. At all. At all, Alvy. Thank you. it's a Euro problem exclusively, man, that is such a terrible take because it's so clearly an everybody problem. Race, religion, nationality, age, all have nothing to do with this. I mean, yeah, sure. Luka doesn't give a damn about that game, and neither does the Joker. Right. And neither does anybody else. That's the entire problem. Nobody on the floor cares. And since y'all don't care, we all stop caring. And if you want us to believe that not caring about this game started with the Euros, and that is exclusively, it's only the 2 Euros, or it started with them. Man, that is such a bad take. Nobody's buying that, especially not blaming those 2 Euros since KD singled those 2 out. As an example, the Joker first showed up in an All-Star game in 2019. Luka's first game was 2020. My man, that game was a mummified corpse by the time either one of them played in one. Yet somehow that mummified corpse is their fault? Make that make sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Let's go back a little further before those two had anything to do with it. Say the 2017 NBA All-Star Game. That finished with a final score of 192 to 182. And it was such an embarrassment and a joke and a glorified layup line that they never again played an East v. West game again. That game was such a disgrace that they had to change up the format to the even goofier Team LeBron, Team Steph thing. No Joker in that 2017 game. No Luka in that 2017 game. The only Euros in that game were Giannis and Marc Gasol. Giannis led the East with 30 points on 17 shots. But I'm sure that KD would still say it's all his fault. It's his fault this game is such a disaster. It was all. Go ask Giannis. Why are you asking me? Why don't you go ask Giannis about 2017, the worst All-Star game ever? And go find Marc Gasol while you're at it. If you can't find him, go find Pau. It's all on them. It's on Luka. It's on Joker. It's on Giannis, who came before them, and Marc Gasol. Yeah, sure it's not. And nobody's buying any of that bull crap. Again, I want to be clear. Because like KD, I can read between the lines too. I feel like there might be some undertones with the way we're finger pointing here. Like, my point is, I blame everybody. Sure, I'll blame those two. And you, and the other old heads, and anybody and everybody who has anything to do with this game. Including Le Cap. Except this time because they won't let him near it. But if anybody deserves the most blame, it's certainly not the Euros. Because the old heads have been around the longest. The old heads have set a precedent of treating this game like a joke. If anything, these so-called Euros learned it from the old heads. That's why the league has to constantly jack with the format. That's why they're doing this goofy-ass round robin this year between Team Stars and Team Stripes and Team World, a.k.a. the Euros, who ruined everything. I mean, the dumb format only exists because of how terrible this game is. And the league started jacking with the format long before the Joker or the Luka played in any one of these disasters. But let's blame them anyway, even if that makes no sense whatsoever. Look, I'm going to try and find the positive in this, like I try and find the positive in everything. If this somehow spices up that dumbass round robin on Sunday, then I guess it's a good thing. You know what? Maybe our dude KD is playing 4D chess. Maybe he's trying to rile up the Euros so we actually get a competitive event. For once. Except I doubt that's KD's motive. Way more likely, KD is just doing what he and the other old heads always do, which is take responsibility for absolutely nothing. Pass the buck, bail on accountability. I mean, the dude's never taken responsibility for anything, right? Why would he start with the All-Star game? But, I will give him this much. One, it made me laugh. And two, at least he didn't do it from his burner account. At least he did this at a microphone in front of a camera and didn't go on X with some egg avatar and try to blame the Euros that way. It's a terrible take, but I can't say that it's surprising. Although, I did hear one of the least surprising takes of all time in the NBA yesterday, and it also came from one of the so-called old heads in the league, a guy who has dogged it through plenty of All-Star games, but wasn't actually selected for this one. I'm talking about the Beard, a.k.a. the Fat Suit, a.k.a.
Fat.
brand new Cleveland Cavalier James Harden. And this is, without a doubt, my absolute favorite Harden take ever. Take this one in.
And the whole quote-unquote loyalty thing I think it's overrated. You know, I think this is a business at the end of the day, and it's a lot of money involved and a lot of decisions that has to be made. You know what I mean? So, you know.
Oh, we know. We know, dude. You know? Did James Harden just say loyalty is overrated? Did the Beard just say that? That loyalty is overrated. You don't say. What a stunning revelation. The guy who isn't loyal to anything or anyone thinks that loyalty is overrated. I mean, absolutely earth-shattering. Like 9 on the Richter scale kind of stuff, Beard. I think you have that backwards, though. It's not that loyalty is overrated. Loyalty is everything. It's the only thing, so long as we're talking about loyalty to yourself. Am I right? Fat suit. Oh, and loyalty to that. The fat suit. And the beard.
Loyalty thing is...
And the goofy shoes. This dude just dipped out on the Clippers in the middle of their best run in years. Just days after saying, less than 2 weeks, after saying how thankful he was to be a Clipper in his hometown and balling, and he just dipped out. That guy thinks that loyalty is overrated. Right, fat suit, we know. But at least he's being honest.
It's overrated.
A hell of a lot more honest than KD blaming the Euros, the 2 Euros, for the disaster that is the NBA All-Star Game. Man, can we have football season back yet? When does the NFL start? Or college ball? Or high school ball? Or pee-wee ball? Or travel ball?
It's a complete crap.
Or paper triangle football? Or any kind of football at all? Anything. Any kind of football. Man. Hey, y'all enjoy your All-Star weekend. I'm not partaking. If they don't give a damn, I sure as hell don't.